What's going on, YouTube? Donnie with DR Reptiles here, and the official president of the Genetic Hunters Florida chapter. So today, on Sundays from now on, I'm going to do a vlog before the live stream, and it's going to be solely ball python tips, Genetic Hunter President Florida chapter edition. So, welcome to the Genetic Hunter Florida chapter ball python tips. So, today, you're thinking about getting into ball pythons, but you're trying to figure out if you want to go with racks or terrariums. What's the difference? What's better? Well, there is no right or wrong answer for that. The reason why I say that is, yes, I have both. I'm a breeder, but I have 2 terrariums, and I have, I think it's 41 tubs with rack system, in a rack system. So, the main difference between the two is, as you see, this is 4 foot wide. This whole shelf. This here is 4 foot wide. Now, and it's pretty tall. It's like 6 foot tall. Now, with that being said, I only have 2 on there. I could fit 3 if I arranged it, but I don't want 3. So, let's just say, for argument purposes, I fit 3 terrariums in a 4 foot by 6 foot area. Okay? Now, at the same time, if I was to put my rack systems there, I could put these 12. I could put, which I am going to change later today, a stack of these all the way up, which will be 12 or 11. And then I could do another 41 quart, all in that same area. So the difference is 3 tanks, or I think it's going to be 22, 34 tubs. As you can tell, there's a big difference in space. Terrariums are big. They take up more room. They, depending on where you live and how you set them up, you can have a problem with humidity. That is why, even though I'm in Florida, I have towels on the top of my terrariums, still letting air get out, but blocking the air over here to keep the humidity in. They still have perfectly good sheds. Now, with rack systems, yes, you can still have shed issues in a rack system, but it's easier to keep humidity in a smaller amount of space. And as you see, I use paper. Sorry about the dirty mess. I'm cleaning tubs today. But I use paper. I use a good sized water dish. And my snakes get a good shed. So normally the first shed after I get a snake is normally, not that great because, if they're in shed while they're shipping, or the dry conditions for shipping or previously, yes, their first shed may be bad. But after the first shed, it's usually 100% one piece, good to go. So, what's the benefits of feeding in a rack system versus in an enclosure? Feeding in a rack system, the snakes feel secure. They feel safe. In a terrarium, they can do the same, but it's more open. Ball pythons are more of a seclusive, in a hide, don't touch me if you will, type of snake. They're not like the Amazon tree boas or the green tree pythons. They don't go out and they don't perch. Green tree pythons, Their, main thing is a display animal. Great. You can handle them if you raise them right, but they're more of a display animal. So, my point being, if you want to get into ball pythons, if you're even thinking about breeding, I would recommend getting a rack system. You can build one yourself. I got this one off Craigslist. It does work. That's a homemade one. And I built that one myself. That costed me about $425 to build. Now, with that being said, that same rack system, if you go to buy it, to have someone else do it, it's going to be at least $600. So I saved at least $450 on that rack doing it myself. So, that's just something to keep in mind. You can use melamine. You can use plywood, but you have to make sure that you paint it and protect it and seal it before you put snakes in there. So, if you're even thinking about breeding, go with the rack system. They even have rack systems for one tub. So even if you're just going to have one pet, you could put it in a tub. Rack system. Two places that I know offhand that sell one tub rack systems are Tallgrass Reptiles and Bill from BC Pythons. Both of them places do sell one tub rack systems. Now, if you want to, do a display, all that type of stuff, yes, a terrarium will work. They're more maintenance, but they will work. Racks, a lot of my snakes don't have a hide. Actually, none of these racks here have a hide. I got a couple down here that have a hide, but that's the only ones that have a hide. So it just depends on the snake itself, because like these here, there is no dark spot in there, not until nighttime. But these here, at the back of the tub, it is darker back there. So when they want to hide, they just go to the back of the tub and they're good to go. So you really don't need a hide with a rack system. But it's your preference, your state of mind. If you put a snake in a rack system and they don't eat, whatever, so have you, try to put a hide in there. Let them have that little extra secure spot. But with that being said, the temps are easier to keep in a rack system. You can still do it in a terrarium. All I have is a under the mat heater on this one. I don't have any more heat up here. I don't have any lights. They don't need lights. You could put lights, but I don't like to put lights on mine because lights can stress your snake out. But that today was my tip for ball pythons. If you want to get into them, the difference between the rack systems and the terrariums. If you like the video, smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Comment down below if you have any questions. Don't forget, today we do have a live stream with DER Reptiles. And that is at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. So be looking for that notification. If you don't have the notification bell hit, it's right here. Hit that notification bell. That way you know when I do my daily uploads and when I go live on Sundays. So, until next time, this is Donnie with DER Reptiles, the president of the Genetic Hunters Florida chapter. I will see you in about 5.5 hours at the live stream. Have a great day.